This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust touch.
Sway, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Mr. President. How you been?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, a little grayer, but other than that, no worse for wear.
Hey, man, I've been there every step of the way with you since the first election to now. So you look fine to me.
You know, that's what Michelle says. And that's the person I got to keep happy.
Absolutely. So real quick, I want to do a couple rapid fire questions. We have a tradition on our show that the guest says their name and that they're a citizen of Sway in the Morning. You mind doing that for me?
I will certainly say my name, and I will say I'm a citizen of the United States and a citizen, because otherwise, who knows what Trump might say if he hears that I'm not a citizen of the U.S. and instead I'm a citizen of Sway in the Morning.
Okay.
I mean, that could be a whole new scandal.
Okay, so you're both. Okay, cool. All right. Now, real quick, I know you're a sports fan. Who do you have for the 2017 NBA championships? I'm a Golden State Warrior fan.
I'm going to go with the Warriors just because, Durant.
Yeah.
That addition, I think they got too much firepower. Although they just got spanked on their first game, so it'll take them a while to figure stuff out.
Okay, go Heather, real quick.
Hi, Mr. President. This is Heather B.
Hey, Heather.
Hi. To piggyback off of Sway, who do you taking in the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl's tougher, but I got to say at this point, you'd have to put your money on Brady again. I don't see any real strong teams. Seattle and Patriots have a rematch. That's my call.
That's your call. And then okay, lastly, you and I sat in the Blue Room 4 years ago. We did an unprecedented interview live on MTV. You've empowered hip-hop in so many ways. We've seen Chance the Rapper, Jay-Z, Wale, Kendrick. A lot of us have been able to be at the White House and be influential into politics. I'm curious to who are your top MCs today? Who are the top rappers in the game, in your opinion?
Well, you just named two of them.
Okay.
I think the young guys, Kendrick and Chance, are doing amazing work. I love Drake, and the girls love Drake, and so he's commercially just doing great, and unbelievably talented. And Jay-Z's still the king. I mean, he's got a track record. Same with Kanye. So there's a lot of talent out there. But when I look at who's breaking new ground, Kendrick and Chance, those guys are doing just amazing work, and they're wonderful young men. The Chance I've known for years because his dad was my state director when I was a senator in Illinois. Okay. So I first met Chance when he was 8 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And so we've been family for a while. And Kendrick, he's blowing it up. He's doing great.
Okay, so thank you for that, sir. So we're going to get to voting, all right, and the importance of voting. And so here's my first question. Both the candidates, the main candidates, Trump, for example, has a lot of conflict with women. Hillary has a lot of dilemmas with WikiLeaks and emails. And because of that, amongst our millennials, there's a lot of apprehension about voting. The majority do not trust these candidates. How do you convince them that it's still important to vote when they don't like the choices?
Well, first of all, let me just say that I think Hillary gets a bad rap. She has been in the trenches for decades, fighting on behalf of the things that we say we care about. She's been on, the issue of early childhood education and making sure that college is affordable. She's been a champion of civil rights. She has worked with me to make sure that we're creating jobs and opportunity for low-income communities on health care. She worked hard to try to make sure everybody had health care that didn't have it before. So on every issue, if you look at her agenda, she's got as progressive agenda as there's ever been. Now, she's made mistakes in the past, just like everybody has. But these are nothing compared to the ongoing daily transgressions that Mr. Trump engages in, whether it's cheating people who do work for him by not paying them, or his attitudes towards women, his attitudes towards minorities, his attitudes towards civil rights, his attitudes towards Muslim Americans, his general lack of knowledge about basic issues that matter to the American people. So, this whole idea that somehow, we don't like either of our choices. Well, I just don't buy that. You have a clear choice in this situation of one person who is serious about the issues that young people care about, and you have another person who's not serious about them. And so this shouldn't be close. And I will tell you that as good as I feel about the work that we've done over the last 8 years in reducing poverty, cutting the unemployment rate in half, dealing with climate change, dealing with criminal justice reform, if Mr. Trump is elected, all that stuff's reversed. All the progress we've made in the last 8 years go out the window. And if Hillary Clinton is elected, then the progress we've made continues, and she builds on it.
Okay.
So any millennial, any young person who's listening, who cares about the things that we've been able to do around issues like the criminal justice system, or providing health care to people, or treating LGBT community with respect, or making sure that college is affordable. If you would vote for me, then the choice shouldn't be close. You should be voting for Hillary Clinton, and she will carry on the legacy that we'll be leaving behind.
Okay.
Mr. President, this is Heather. We saw Justin Timberlake recently just get so excited and get in a little bit of trouble, though, for taking a selfie in a voting booth. Can you comment a little bit about his excitement? Do you think young people should have this excitement about voting?
You should be excited. The stakes are high. And listen, what I always say to young people, and I say it to old people too, if you don't vote, you got no right to complain, because you've given away your power.
Okay.
You have the chance to have influence, to make a difference. And those who say, well, my vote doesn't matter anyway, I won in close states like North Carolina in 2008, or in Ohio in 2012. Mm-hmm. I won by maybe 50 votes a precinct, 100 votes a precinct. These margins are small in a lot of these states. So your vote matters. And if you want to break gridlock in Washington, then you can't give your power away. You can't sit back and say, I want to do something about police community relations, but then you're not even bothering to take the 15 minutes out to cast your ballot to make sure that the people who represent you share your position. Mm-hmm. That can't be right. So, I would just say to everybody that this is as important an election as I have ever seen. The choices have never been starker.
Yeah.
The stakes could not be higher. And by the way, it's for most of your listeners, voting is easy.
Okay.
You go to iwillvote.com. Go to iwillvote.com, or you text forward to 47246, and you can register to vote. You can confirm and update your registration status. In a lot of states now, you've got early vote, so you can pick and choose the time where you can vote. Some states have vote by mail, where you don't even have to get off your couch. You just got to open your mail and send something back in.
Okay.
Malia, she turned 18. She voted in the primary in D.C. The thing was basically wrapped up at that point. Hillary had won the nomination, but Malia said she's telling all her friends, you got to go vote. This is your first chance to vote. You need to take the time. And when she came back, she was like, I can't believe how easy it was.
There it is.
Pulled in, and the whole thing took 10 minutes.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, man. I know
go
we
ahead.
got 15 seconds. I want to let
You got me
Tracy.
all fired up.
I know. I got it, man. I got a daughter same age as Malia. Hopefully they'll play with each other after you get out of office. All right. Tracy G.
Yes, Mr. President, it's an honor. And as of recent, we've seen your wife give maybe some of her most masterful speeches on Hillary's campaign trail. So curious, have you guys spoken about her possibly running for president in the future?
She will never run for office. She is as talented and brilliant a person as there is, and I could not be prouder of her.
Yeah.
But Michelle does not have the patience or the inclination to actually be a candidate herself, and that's one thing y'all can take to the bank.
Okay.
But she's going to be just as I am. We're going to continue to be very active in terms of issues we care about, like my brother's keeper. Try to make sure that young men of color have opportunity and are taking advantage of mentorship and apprenticeship programs. We're going to let girls learn, making sure that young girls are able to get the same opportunities as boys. So we're going to be doing a lot of work. We'll just be doing it a different way.
Lastly, Mike Muse, by the way, from My Brother's Keeper, is a correspondent for us here on Sway in the Morning. So just to let you know that we are connected.
Appreciate that.
You've endured a lot during your presidential tenure. I mean, you've had a lot of opposition. You've been called a lot of names, but yet you always stand strong in the midst of it. For this upcoming president, Heather, what's the question we want to ask?
Well, we basically just wanted to know, what advice would you give the next president going into office?
My advice to Hillary will be just listen to your conscience and do what you think is right, and worry about the politics later. Because, people always ask, how is it that you stay so calm and, ignore a lot of the stuff that's said about you? And what I always tell people is, I keep a long view on things. If I know every day that I'm doing my very best, I'm working as hard as I can, and I'm making decisions based on what's good for the people that I'm serving, then it doesn't really matter what the day-to-day poll numbers are. What'll matter is that when I look back, I can say that I did things the right way. And I think that Hillary will do the same, but we're only going to be in a position to have confidence in our next president if everybody votes. So go to iwillvote.com or text forward to 47246. Get registered. Go out there. Make your voice heard. There are no excuses on this. You cannot complain about injustice or the situation out there if you have not carried out your modest responsibility to express your voice in an election of this importance.
Thank you, Mr. President. You are a citizen of the United States, and you are officially a citizen
of Sway in the Morning. Woo!
There you go.
There you
appreciate
go, man.
You guys.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for the moments. Thank you for the memories, okay? Appreciate you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's Sway in the Morning, only
On Shade 45.